good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Joey, you're first on my screen.
Hey! Hi, everybody. I'm playing Theodore Oswald. He is not okay, but he is the most level-headed party in the member of the party right now. Yay!
That is probably true.
So he doesn't get it
is.
from me.
Yeah, Travis, you're next.
I will be playing Victor Oswald. Bad? No. I would say good father, bad person. He is the action hero fighting whatever thing that goes bump in the night.
I mean, Theodore is here, so I wouldn't go too far on the good father part. I should be in school. I can barely read.
Yeah, but you didn't turn into a giant tongue monster.
Oh yeah. He's,
School of
yeah,
Hard
good dad.
Knocks.
Which brings us to James. Or Terry.
Hi, I'm Terry. I play as James. I am the traumatized nerd, the medic, and currently what is the trying to think of the right word to use.
Communing with God.
Yeah. We love cats.
Yeah, I can't be mean to her tonight or we'll get in trouble.
And she flings herself from your shoulder.
Yeah, I didn't do that. And Brian.
Good evening, everyone. I'm playing Bernadette Brandt, and I'm currently trying to suppress the guilt of knowing that I killed a child. I am still convinced that I just killed one of my friends, and I am suppressing that until we can safely process and I can panic in private.
Yeah, the Theodore is starting to think maybe I should have lied and said, "Oh, they captured him somewhere else," and
No, I'm sure
I'm fine.
instead of
perfectly
hey, you emptied 3 rounds into the chest of a kid that you really cared for. Like,
Alright.
Yeah, I'm fine. This is fine.
To be fair, I did ask for it. Did I think it was gonna happen? No. The odds I thought were a little in my favor. They weren't.
So, when we left off, you had held on to your amulet and you prayed hard to the god you met in Egypt, Bast. For whom you performed a minor service at least, and beseeched her for help. And just before we left off, the cat who started following you after you met the goddess, and who you definitely left behind with Connor, jumped onto the bed and curled up around your neck. Now, the first thing that you need to do is lose 5 POW, and then D6
Okay.
sanity.
God said howdy.
Okay. Now, this is going to put you into another bout of madness, but it is going to be suppressed as long as you're talking to a god.
Okay.
This god is
It doesn't.
choosing to do that for you.
Sweet.
And so the cat that you definitely did not bring with you curls up around your neck. You feel You feel a type of effect from prayer that you've never felt before, as though it's actually affecting your mind, as though something in the world has actually changed for you. And then
Okay.
the cat is going to say in your ear, "Why have you called me?"
I'd like to ask for your help.
She stretches out her paws and digs her claws in just a little bit, just like as a matter of stretching. And
Okay.
then she settles in again. And she doesn't say anything, but she's listening.
I don't know how much time I have before the thing that looks like my mother comes back. But me and my friends are trying to stop the cult of the Bloody Ton from bringing basically the end of our world, of this world. They're trying to bring a god, and I'm not gonna let that happen. We're trying to do what we learned from the Egyptians, from what they did, to basically kind of stop and seal or lock away the Black Pharaoh.
She says, "There are many other worlds, and few of my worshippers remain in this one. You get that a sense that this is a what is that to me?"
If you help me, I'm willing to devote my life into worshiping you and trying to help you get more followers. You're so far, just by answering my call, already proving me. He's proving to me that at
All
least
right.
worth believing in.
I want you to. This isn't going to be persuade or charm or anything like that. I think what I want is a POW roll, as you are going to demonstrate to her your worth as a worshiper.
Now I gotta remember, you said earlier something about
Yeah,
minus 5 pow.
Yeah, you gotta lose 5 POW for summoning. Well, not summoning, but for contacting a god.
Okay. That's gonna hurt me.
Mhm.
It always
I went
does.
from 40 down to a 35.
Hey,
your
look,
POW is 60. Are you looking at something else?
Oh, never mind. I'm looking at appearance. I'm sorry.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, you're not getting uglier. You're just getting, like, some of your force of will is going away.
All right.
Okay.
I think I did good.
she considers your offer. She tells you there are 2 places in the world where my cult remains. I will send you to my last remaining priestess. You will learn from her. And you will take up a role that she assigns to you.
Alright.
If you're agreed to this, then when the time comes, I will assist you.
I appreciate that.
Alright. And then we're gonna find out. Alright. The cat gets down off of your shoulder and leaves the room, and you take leave of your senses. And we'll come back to you later. Let's see.
Okay.
Where did Yins make your way? You went back into the mountain, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay. Are you headed back up to the cavern that you were held prisoner in, or are you going to try to explore a bit?
I think we were just gonna try to find our way up to the top, so exploring?
Yeah. Like, unless we could... Because the other room didn't have another exit, I remember correctly. It was just a room that that was for rituals and had an open room for the dragons to come in. So, yeah, we're going to explore a bit.
Okay. Well, you didn't get a good look at that room. It might head up further, but it's difficult to say.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just going to pop you in here because we've got winding tunnels, so it can look appropriate. As you make your way up, you're passing the scenes of carnage in the wake of the escaping prisoners, the people you set free.
Oh, you just got real quiet,
I was
Andrew.
about to say that.
Is this,
I don't think that was English on our side.
does this make any difference, or
Yeah, it's
Yes.
back.
Yeah, it's better.
might have just been a bug as the music kicked in?
I think your directional microphone points backwards.
It's possible. Okay, so as you're heading up through the tunnels, you're passing in the wake of the carnage, minor carnage, that the prisoners you set free have unleashed. There are people that you set free are dead on the ground. Cultists are dead on the ground. Some places have been ransacked a bit. Nobody took much time, but they would look for weapons to try to add to their miner's store. And you are going to run into a group of cultists rushing down the tunnel. You're dressed in cultist robes, and you had a successful disguise check. But one of them is going to say, "Where are you going? Come on, we have to catch them!"
Did we hear Mweru? Did we hear her name spoken aloud?
You
In the
can
chamber
certainly... You've seen her picture. You know her name from the newspaper.
Okay. Mweru called for us.
Okay.
You catch them.
A couple of them turned pale. Birdie, I do need you to make a fast talk roll here.
That's gonna go real well.
It might. We just had a critical success last time.
Why are you trying to jinx it?
Because he hates me.
Okay.
And I'm not spending that luck.
No, I wouldn't. So, this is a mixed group of Native Africans and people from around the world here, because you know that hundreds of people have traveled here from around the world. And one of the white men is going to step in close to you, Birdie, and he speaks with a New York accent, and he tells you, "Listen, I don't know if you understand how things are around here, but if we don't have them to sacrifice, it's going to be us. I thought that this was one of those new agey ways to just boost my business or something. I didn't understand what I was getting into, and I do not intend to die here. Come with us."
Oh, and what a delight it would be to die for our god. Just leaning into him and staring him down.
Okay, I think that counts as pushing the roll.
Pushing the roll and intimidating him?
That's a fair point. That is, you're changing tactics.
Yeah.
You can change it to intimidate here.
I want to change it to intimidate because I'm better at that.
But do remember, if this goes wrong, it goes very wrong.
Yeah.
Hey!
It didn't. It went very well. Okay. He's going to, like, his eyes will open in alarm. He'll back away from you and he'll tell the rest of his group, "Come on! They have an important thing to do upstairs. We have to go catch them." And the group will rush down the tunnel. This is not going to be the last group you run into. You're very well aware.
Uh-huh. Well, if any of them are anything like him, same tactics the whole way.
You are going to run into some fanatics.
Uh-huh.
I
Oh,
think
yeah.
that the non-fanatical worshippers who traveled around the world to come here are probably in the minority.
Uh-huh. And they are deeply regretting their life choices.
Oh, they sure are. Your goal is to get to the top of the mountain itself?
Yep.
Alright. I think that is probably going to be navigation. And I would say hard navigation because you don't have any idea how this is laid out, but you're just trying to find your way through tunnels blindly. I will let anyone make the roll who thinks that they have the best shot at it, though.
I only have a 10 in that, so somebody else, please.
That might be the case across the board.
I think the only one who had navigate isn't
It was
here.
Connor.
There's also Victor who has a 50 in it.
Wait, do I?
Oh.
Yes, I just...
Oh, I do. I just noticed it.
Victor's like, "Wait, guys, I'm good at this."
Let's go. I'll
Spend
spend
that
2.
Spend the.
That's not gonna do it. You need a hard roll.
Oh.
Yeah.
Fuck.
So take the 2 back.
25 is not worth it.
Yeah, take
Nope.
the 2
Yeah, it's
points of
not.
luck back. I think you don't have an alternative plan in mind, do you? I'm
Fine.
not as a criticism. I'm looking at how to resolve this role.
Okay, so I have a question, right?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't exactly fail, but I didn't succeed in what we were trying to do. Could I maybe
What,
find
the
where they?
navigation? What, that's a
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same.
I was about to say that's natural world. That's not navigation.
It is, but it is the same score level, so it's fine.
Oh,
Okay.
oops.
I was about to go and ask, like, when did you have a better natural world than me? I thought I was the natural world guy.
Instead of finding that, where were we trying to go exactly? Trying to find our way up, right?
The top of the mountain, as I understood it. The place where Birdie did not want to look in her vision.
Could we end up in like an armory or something so we could get weapons?
That doesn't sound like the result of a failed roll, buddy.
Dang, I tried.
That sounds like if you earned a
Alright.
bonus somehow.
I'm gonna say, why don't we just end up right back where we started?
Well, because that doesn't really advance much unless you have some... What I'm getting at is, am I going to have you accomplish this goal but it takes a very long time? Or are we saying you failed at this, there's some sort of reset, and you try something else?
Ooh.
How single-minded are you at this?
Pretty single-minded, I'd think.
Yeah? So everybody wants to get to the top of the mountain?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Then... you are going to find that winding your way up through these tunnels, popping into side rooms whenever you hear pounding feet rushing your way, realizing you're about to head into that room where the ceremony was, and having to backtrack and find a route around it, and eventually finding your way onto the outside of the mountain and having to climb up not quite sheer cliff faces, but a very difficult climb. You are going to take opportunities to rest. You will find some food and supplies that you can consume as you're exploring, and it is going to take you well over a day. Which I don't feel is unreasonable for exploring lava tubes in a dormant volcano trying to get to the top.
Mm-hmm.
So it is going to be around noon of the day of the ceremony by the time you find your way to the top of the mountain.
So, you know, really pushing it.
Or making it as exciting as it possibly could be.
I assume we're not gonna have any idea what happened to the escapees.
Not a whole lot, no. You will, like, as you're making your way up the outside of the mountain, making sure that nobody down below notices you, you will see some of them being brought back in groups, but certainly not all of them.
Okay.
I'm just looking. I don't have a top of a mountain scene because I was not expecting. As always, we're doing weird stuff again. But I do have something I can use, I believe. Configure it so you can see it. Ignore the spookier elements. There's not like a glowing door with tentacles coming out of it. We're just at the top of the mountain right now.
All right.
So I'm going to give us a day of rest because, as I said, you did rest overnight. James, nothing very significant is going to happen to you.
Okay.
But when you come to, you learned that you had been, you had attempted to flee the mountain. Not very effectively, more of a blind panic. And you were returned to your room, and now you are secured to the bed. And your mother apologizes, but she says you took leave of your senses, and this really is for your own protection.
The truest thing I think she said.
I'm going to I'm gonna try something.
All right, what are you gonna try?
I'm gonna try and kind of play into being a good son.
I don't think she's gonna find that difficult to believe.
Unlike pretty much everything else and just everything I said, I'm just gonna go and kind of flip. I'm gonna try and flip my tune. And I'm just gonna look around and just say, Mother? Oh, it was all a bad dream.
What did you dream?
That I was alone.
She takes your hand and she strokes it gently. She says, "No, James. I'm so sorry we left you alone for so long, but we won't do it again."
Makes me happy to hear.
I feel like you're not being entirely insincere here. Is that accurate?
Yeah.
Yeah. And she is desperate to believe this, so honestly, I don't think there's a reason to roll. That might change depending on what you say, but... she will start reassuring you that the ceremony is nothing to fear. That your father has been through it already. That it was... he's difficult to communicate with now, but that's because he's living in the way you live in the new world. And that she hopes to join you in a new body of her own very soon.
I'm going to ask her how long before we can join Dad.
Oh, that's coming this evening. You'll be like it. You'll have a body for the new world of your own.
I look forward to that.
She'll squeeze your hand, and then she'll start talking about home and about when you were young. And she is expecting this to be a, calming... she's expecting it to calm your mind and be comforting to you. And she knows you're real stressed out right now.
Yeah, I'll talk about how we used to do research together, like late in the night when I was like 8 years old.
That is perfect. Shall we fade out on this, or are you trying to get something else out of it?
Yeah,
Okay.
it will fade out on that.
On top of the mountain, Birdie, this is... You didn't look at it, but in the back of your mind, the entire time you're up here, you're thinking about the horrible thing on top of this mountain that you couldn't bring yourself to look at. And based on the experiences you've had already, You're not sure how much difference there is between it being here another time versus it being here now.
Theodore as tactless as ever. Okay. Let's get to this ritual.
So what you're saying is I have a very strong feeling of being watched.
Yeah, that is fair to say. And whether it's a legitimate feeling or paranoia, or even if there's a big difference between the two right now, in a place where such horrible evil has been committed, it's a question for someone else to answer.
Uh-huh. All I can say for sure is that Birdie is shaking like a leaf and trying very hard to control her breathing and not hyperventilate. All right. All right, let's get this done. I do not want to be here.
Do they have
And there was-
lookouts at the top?
No. Once you exited the tunnels and started climbing up the mountain, the only time you've seen cultists is when you're seeing them approaching on the plains below. In fact, you don't find worn trails. You don't find any indication that they ever come up here.
That's a bad sign.
Was there a specific place up here that we needed to do the ritual?
It covers a certain distance. Who did I give it to? I think I gave it to you, the Grand Ward. Okay. No, it's not the Grand Ward. That's a different one I gave you. Okay. There we go. A great sigil of the eye is worked into hard natural substance such as granite and then fixed on a high place in the area to be warded. Must be created in the afternoon before the full moon rises. Luckily, it is just afternoon and the full moon is rising tonight. At moonrise, the blood of an innocent, someone without Cthulhu mythos knowledge, must be used to fill the pupil of the eye once per hour until the dawn. Only a few ounces of blood are actually needed. Participants must chant as the first blood is given. It is powerful. It weakens agents, monsters, minions of the outer gods, and great old ones who enter the area. It protects. It operates in a 10-mile radius. However, it cannot penetrate more than 20 feet of rock or metal.
So it's useless inside the mountain.
Pretty much, yep.
Okay. All right, well, Birdie is going to look for an easily hidden behind outcropping. And is going to crouch down and start taking a rock to carve the sigil in.
Are you going to carve it into a rock or into the mountain itself?
I have a knife.
I was
not gonna
going
pull
to
up
say
a lot of
into the
this.
mountain itself. But it's supposed to be carved onto an object and then put somewhere, isn't it?
Let me read it one more time. I am pretty sure you can just carve it into the mountain. But
Okay.
it's a hard
Thematically.
natural substance that has to be fixed in a high place, which it already is here.
It's the top of a mountain. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, just carving it directly into the face of the mountain
All right.
in a place that is easily hidden.
So, here's the next question: what did you bring for carving?
Connor has a knife, he said, and I definitely would have picked up a rock or a stick or something down in the tunnels to use as a weapon.
Not a thigh bone.
Absolutely not.
I'm sure you
Around
don't want
the
this
thigh
thigh
bone.
bone?
All right.
Bone is not harder than rock.
Yeah, I will hand you the knife that I have.
Okay.
I think if you're going to be carving the sigil out of rock with a knife, it is going to take you the entire afternoon.
Probably.
A large sigil.
You're about to. s-
For an artist.
So Bast has cursed this game. The cat came by and hit the refresh button.
It's
Oh,
Oh.
I don't know if it's a good or bad thing.
And because you're the one with the streaming equipment, you didn't hear any of the jokes that we just made.
Mm-hmm.
I
No way.
Didn't?
I think he's
But-
streaming from Hammer's perspective. So
Exactly.
yeah, the stream saw it.
Oh, okay, awesome.
if anybody else ever watches this, they will hear what you said still.
Wonderful. Very good.
Okay. Is there anything that I need to know that you said, or is it all just, you know?
It was all
I
It
was
was
going
banter.
to ask, are we gonna have to make an artistry roll for the sigil?
I don't think art is going to be important.
Okay, okay.
It doesn't have to be a great representation or anything.
It's the intent.
It is partially the intent. It is also the blood.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the blood.
I think you're going to, all three of you, you're going to have to take turns at this as the day goes on. And by the end of the day, all three of you, your fingers are bloody. You can barely feel them as a result of grasping the knife and rubbing over and over. Most of the knife is worn away. And you are going to finish up as the moon is rising. And you're going to have to start chanting your spell and pouring out the blood. So it is something like Sama, Sama, Teo, Sama.
Okay then.
And I will be singing it the way that I remember seeing that guy singing it.
Okay. First thing we need to do is find out if the blood is innocent.
Oh no.
watch it be James.
You
that
forgot
has
about that.
Watch it be James that has the innocent blood.
So I think I said we were going to do a group luck roll.
And all of us are running pretty low on luck right now.
Who has the
That's you.
lowest
I,
luck?
The
I'm not
lowest luck?
running low.
Yes, that's how group roll works.
Hey guys, I have 25 luck.
There we go. That's a 1 in 4 chance. That's great. I'm not going to remove all possibility of it working if this isn't innocent blood, but I will exact a higher cost for it.
Okay.
Everybody pray to the cat god and the dice god. Both of them.
Remember, I have the other bag.
You are not easily accessible right now.
I know.
Okay. So, you find as you're chanting that this is... What's Bruni rolling for?
Oh, it was just one of us needing to roll?
Yeah, it's the person
okay.
with the lowest luck.
Exactly.
Okay.
It is intended to be a cruel game.
Yep.
Okay, so casting the spell normally with the proper equipment, each hour that you chant, you will each lose 5 POW until it has absorbed 100 POW.
Oh.
Can we make sacrifice with animals?
Well,
I'm going to say, let's see, doubling it
Does the
isn't
little
reasonable.
friend count?
Do you want
Does
to
the
What,
little
50?
friend... I no, I was just gonna say,
No.
does she count as a source of POW?
Let me see.
Cause that would help a little bit.
I mean, like, by myself, I have 95. So,
Shut the fuck up! Don't you do that! Don't you take on that sacrifice!
yeah, and I'm pretty sure POW does
Um,
not regenerate like the other
so,
resources.
It no. Question, right? Like I need to ask for reasons, but if we use one of the cultists as a sacrifice,
Has to be innocent blood.
It has to be. Well, none of us are innocent blood then.
Well, what I'm saying is use the blood that you have, but it's going to cost you more POW.
Between me, 30.
I think if this is what you want to use, who is not what she seems for, she can contribute as well. But it might kill her.
Oh.
And
Does anybody else have any ideas?
let's not double it. Let's say it would cost you 150 total instead of 100 to use non-innocent blood.
And I'm just gonna real quick do some math and see how ridiculous this is going to be for us. So yeah, we have 235 combined POW, and we're sacrificing 150 of it.
Uh-huh.
And if you want to sacrifice who is not what she seems as well. Her blood won't help, but her POW can help.
We're not going to just use her, but we are going to ask her to contribute, please.
So if you go for it, it ends up being divided evenly. It's going to cost you 38 each.
Okay.
That
do
hurts
bring
my
up the point.
soul.
I do bring up this.
Mhm.
Even though James isn't there, our friend is there.
Oh, Sam Mariga, you're right.
Ooh.
How is he looking on POW?
Man, this poor guy. He should not have agreed to bring you here.
Nope.
Oh, geez, he's real good.
Oh yes.
Okay. We're putting him. We're throwing him under the bus. If we can use him, let's just use him.
So
Don't just use him.
you
At least
can't. If you're participating,
split it evenly.
Yeah.
is going to take it from everybody who's participating. It will be a total of 30 each. Then.
Okay.
That's better. But I would be going down to 75 pow.
Hey, Joey.
Oh,
Hey,
wait,
Joey.
No, 65 pow. Holy shit.
Hey,
My math
hey,
is bad.
hey, Joey. I'm currently at 65. This is having my POW.
Oh, this is a very vile. This is painful.
So
But
this
Yeah,
is
I'm gonna go from being like the lowest POW to being like one of the second best POWs in our group.
so. I think what I'm going to do is I will leave you to discuss this for a while.
okay, so a couple questions. This is just to weaken the creatures in this area, right?
If you do this successfully, whatever manifestation of God that appeared on top of this mountain, it will not be able to do that. Now, it's not going to banish everything inside the mountain because there's too much stone between this and that, but that is certainly the worst thing that you see.
Yeah. So we're basically doing this ritual to prevent God from being summoned and these rituals from happening. Kind of
And it
We
would
are
prevent-
closing the door.
And it would prevent it from manifesting, not within the mountain, but it's too big for that. It's about the size of the mountain, but within 10 miles of the mountain. So that's on the one hand. On the other hand, you have dynamite, and you can try to do something with that instead of casting this spell. And that is going to be more risky as far as dealing with the god, but isn't going to cost you 30 POW each.
Yeah.
So it's a question of how much you're willing to sacrifice here.
I'm for closing the door on a god. Because gods are patient.
You put me in
Yeah.
a tricky situation.
I know.
If we do this and use the dynamite, there's a much lesser chance that they're going to be able to continue to use this site.
I think we should take some time to think about this and let figure out where Terry is.
Why
Yeah,
don't
What
we...
James is one?
So, because you can't really discuss if I'm doing a different scene, why don't we have James, like, James isn't here, but the four of you can discuss how you want this session to go.
Okay, so I knew going into this mission that some big sacrifice was going to happen, and it's very thematic that we do something really big and risky after we feel like everything has been lost, that we're not coming back. I am for that for the theming and storytelling. But if you guys want to pull back and try to action hero this instead, Theodore is all for that.
I mean, I'm on the same page as you, Joey. I absolutely agree that
I
this feels
also
like
on the
a...
same page as you, seeing as I'm right now playing as a lone wolf.
Yeah.
Um,
Our characters don't know that James is alive.
Right.
yeah, I am in your guys' eyes. I am dead, and in my eyes, I'm alone. I have been
Yeah.
abandoned, not by choice.
Us.
But
I
by
thought I
terrible
muted, sorry.
decisions.
Yeah.
Good
Why
lord,
is
man.
it not?
Did someone forget to take his allergy meds today?
Travis.
Yeah.
You have both the most interest in fighting these monsters and also the most interest in maintaining your POW. So how are you feeling right now?
I don't like it. I really don't like it. Thematically, I enjoy it, like what we're doing, but at the same time, big number go small, not fan.
Same. But consider Cthulhu sacrifice.
I mean, honestly, I have 42 luck, and I'll be fine with just spending that instead. I don't care if that means I might die.
It's not a rule right now, though. Like, you're not rolling anything to spend luck on.
Yeah.
I know.
This is straight up a choice.
I really don't like it.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh. Uh-oh.
I'm back. And
All right.
I heard?
I
Yep.
hear you.
Okay. As I was saying, does Victor not want to actively participate and screw the rest of us over?
No. If other people are doing this, I'm gonna be taking part because
Yeah, I would make you do some sort of role, even if you said you didn't want to do it, because I feel like Victor's going to do this.
Mm-hmm.
But
Like,
that's
Victor
only.
wants to do this kind of thing.
But you can still, as a group, choose not to. Because, again,
Like,
it is.
as
You
I
know
will
it's
say this,
risky going
as-
into it.
yeah, as a player and character, we want this. Me and Theodore want this to happen.
Yeah.
Theodore is already thinking, I'm probably not making it back. Let's do something permanent instead of temporary.
Yeah.
And, Sam will chime in and say that this mountain has been a curse on the land for longer than people have lived here. That everyone who lives anywhere near the mountain is terrified all the time because they know that their children or they can be snatched away and sacrificed by the cult, and there's nothing anyone can do to stop it. And that if this actually works the way you're saying it will work, it will free these people.
I'm not gonna fight the group consensus if it's to give up some POW, but I'm just.
Yeah,
Oh,
I know the gamer.
I'm not with you guys, so I can't really say on that part. I'm fine either way. Like, as me, I would say if I was also there, I'd do it. Thinking that if James was there to actually do it, it would end up being like a 25 or something. But at the same time, I'm not there.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to go and have you guys just wait out and hope that possibly James is there.
Yeah,
and
no,
you guys all
he's
believe that
dead.
I'm dead.
Yeah. So we are not counting on James to show up. This is just us. I'm game for this because for our characters,
Actually,
I
yeah,
feel
no,
like this probably feels like the end of the story.
This would
Our
make
characters
sense
don't
for
know
you guys
how
to go
more there
do,
is.
because you don't know what the other blood bag is, other than it was with me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you don't know that there's a blood bag that is potentially on its way there.
Yeah. And you don't know where we are.
You
just
don't know
know
where
we're
you are,
gone.
and I'm hoping that you somehow made it up to the top and are already starting this.
Yep.
Before I get turned into a god against my will.
Shoggoth Jesus.
All right, it sounds like we're settled on you're going to be casting this spell.
Yep. And then we can blow the mountain up on the way down.
So, that being the case, do you have the dynamite with you, or did you already plant it on your way up the mountain? Did you leave it in place in that one cave, or is it spread out more than that?
We still have a couple with us, but I think we left the bulk of it in that one cave.
Okay.
I'd say just try and, like, if... Again, I'm not with you guys. I would say, like, probably use that remaining to close off, like, small gaps, just to kind of cave it in behind us as we try to escape, if that's the plan.
Block off access to the top of the mountain as much as we can to keep people from being able to get up there.
Okay. Then you are going to begin this ritual as you know the spell demands when the moon rises. That is going to be shortly before darkness. James. Inside the mountain, you are escorted. They don't tie your hands behind your back at first, but your mother is with you, and there are a couple of fairly burly cultists as well to make sure that you behave yourself. Do you immediately behave yourself, or do you try to cause trouble first?
I'm going to behave myself, and I'm just going to hold my mother's hand.
Okay. And yeah,
I am going to continue playing in the role of I am a good son.
So you are going to be led all the way down those winding tunnels out onto that plain where you first arrived. And it is going to be a somewhat different scene than when you were here before, as there are now hundreds of people holding torches, some of them holding torches, all of them spread out across the plain. And as you and your mother make your way through the crowd, it spreads out and allows you to pass. You and your mother will be allowed to head to the front of the group, and Mweru is waiting for you, standing on that staircase that leads into nothing.
Alright.
Up on top of the mountain, you can vaguely see this from where you are, but you can't make out any words. You certainly can't tell that that's James down there. You just see torches. You saw the crowd gathering as they brought torches with them, until you can see hundreds of people spread out on that platform.
Real quick, just for science, how far of a drop is this?
Well, considerable.
Okay,
And it's also a wide gulf.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is not a thing where you like jump down and you're Assassin's Creeding her.
Oh no, not Assassin's Creeding. I'm talking lighting it dynamite and just dropping it.
Okay. Yeah, that would be the winds at the top of a mountain that is called the Mountain of the Black Wind. Probably make that extremely difficult. So I'm not saying impossible.
Like I would have to whip it hard and curveball it down, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
You do
I'm
have
yeah.
what is it? Telekinesis.
I have telekinesis and pretty good throw and all that stuff. Like I could probably swing this, but it would be using a stick of dynamite that I have.
You'd also be giving away your own position.
True. I mean, honestly, also, it is an explosion that rained from the heavens. Would they really look straight up at me? Whatever.
You forget there are dragons, Joey.
To be honest, when you look down, a lot of them are looking in your direction already. Like, they're not spotting you, but you get the sense that whatever they're doing is focused on the place you're in. So if you stand up and throw a stick of dynamite, they will probably see you. Not that they can do much about it right now.
I mean, yeah, but okay. I will shelve that very, very funny idea for later.
Okay. When Mweru begins to speak, She elevates her voice so that as much of the crowd as possible can hear. And they go silent. But she's speaking in Swahili, which I don't believe James speaks. James, do you want to speak Swahili so you know what she's saying? Or are you fine not knowing all the little details here?
Yeah, you know what? I will.
Okay. Alright.
We're gonna leave an impression.
Why don't you make a skill roll? I don't remember if this is how it's supposed to work, but we'll have you make a roll against 75 just to determine whether this works straight up or if it's going to make you go into a bout of madness right now.
I believe how we did it was we used originally, because I don't have French, but we've been using French.
Which is fine, yeah.
As it, just because I had to use that for a book.
Yeah. And because it's 75, it's unlikely you're going to fail, but it's just worth checking. There we go. Okay. So you're going to take 1 point of sanity. You're going to lose 1 point of sanity for activating this when you're not currently insane. But you will, like, in the middle of her sentence, it, like, clicks on. You can understand her. And she says, "Tonight is the time of greatness, when our Lord sends us his chosen one. Tonight comes the dread child and its terror to confirm us. Nya Shaitan! Nya Shaitan! And the crowd begins chanting with her until it is roaring over the mountains. You join in?
Yeah, why not?
The echo is rolling from the mountainside. It is filling the entire plain you're standing on. And
While I chant, I'm just gonna go and kind of glance and see if how my mother is.
She is holding tight to your hand, and there is a furor in her face, like a religious fanaticism, as she chants at the top of her lungs. She is fully
All
bought
right.
in.
I was wondering if it was gonna be anything like in London where it's just you can speak this. Oh, this is interesting. But yeah,
Well,
that's not the reaction I was hoping.
You haven't said anything. So you can
I
say
was
something in
I was
Swahili if you
chanting.
want. Yeah, you're
Yeah,
chanting.
I'm gonna
you're
be chanting
the
it.
words that are being shouted out. Do you want to make it obvious that you can speak Swahili?
Yes.
Okay. Then your mother. What do you say to her?
I'm going to say I'm glad that I'm here, and I think I'm ready.
She falters when she hears you. She turns to you, and she just like throws her arms around you, and she's sobbing into your chest. And so when the crowd around you begins taking off all of their clothing, luckily your mother is too busy to join in that party.
Hey,
Oh,
Hey.
lucky!
Good call.
you
man.
saved yourself some sanity damage there. Oh God.
The sky is lit by stars, but clouds are building up. The sky is growing darker. There's lightning flashing closer and closer, heading for the peak of the mountain. There is the peal of thunder and a wind rising. You feel it chill across your face. Up on top of the mountain, you feel something like a whirlwind. You feel a plume of mist begin to rise from the mountaintop around you. And then as you continue your own chanting, you feel it falter. Down on the plains, James, there is nothing you can do about this. As you see, some of the people that they captured, they managed to capture and bring back, are pulled forward in the crowd, and the naked crowd begins hacking at them with blades.
I'm gonna try my best not to pay attention to that.
That's reasonable. And actually, your mother looks away as well. And she tells you, I know this is horrible, this is really hard to see, but it is necessary. It's the only way it works. This goes on for a long time. Up on the mountain, you're feeling yourselves grow weaker. You are struggling. When I say you're growing weaker, I mean your power is draining away as you continue chanting.
Mm-hmm.
And you feel that you are struggling with what she's doing. She is trying to summon something to the mountaintop at the same time that you're warding it. And you see lightning flashing in the sky around you, never quite on the top of the mountain where you are. And Meru is becoming frustrated. You can see her come out onto the top of the staircase, and she is raising her arms and looking to the top of the mountain and chanting louder and louder and louder. And James, you notice that some of the cultists are becoming disturbed. They're looking around. They are aware that their god should be here by now.
I'm going to look at my mother and say, something's not right.
She says,
Why?
I don't know what it is.
What is going on?
I don't understand it. This goes on for
I
an
will
hour.
look at her and say, is there another way up to the top of that mountain?
All of the blood drains out of her face. And she says, we don't go up there. This attempt goes on for an hour. It is towards the end of it that you're seeing people become really disturbed. Meru is becoming frustrated, and she can see that she's losing some control of the crowd. And finally, she turns around to speak to them. Up on top of the mountain. I realize you're not getting a whole lot of excitement going on right now, but because I'm demanding so much of a sacrifice from you, I don't want to make you roll anything and potentially have it not work. So
Yeah.
Fair.
do not make
Fair.
us roll right now.
I'm enjoying
Please.
watching right now, okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Birdie has actually reached out and is holding Theodore and Victor's hands as tightly as she can, just keeping her eyes closed and chanting and applying the blood when necessary.
Finally, Meru turns around to the crowd and she calls out, again in Swahili, that they have failed their god somehow and he is displeased. And she says, we will perform the ceremony here. She steps down off of the stairs. And James, it's indicated that you should go up there.
That I should go up there.
Yes, you should go up. And she indicates for you to lie down on the top stair, on this top step of this short staircase.
I will look at my mother and ask her,
Yes, yes, this is it.
is this how I get to meet Dad now?
You'll meet him after you have your new body. This is how we produce it.
Luna, this is your time to shine.
I will slowly start to walk forward with what looks like a big smile, but is James really nervous?
I don't blame you.
Yeah, you got the peer pressure going on right now, bud.
It's kind of me versus hundreds. I will, since I'm still a little hurt, I will kind of ease myself down to go and sit, turn, and proceed to slowly lay down. And I will also speak to her. And say, I think I'm ready.
Mweru will come forward and she's going to lay her hands on your chest. And she will call out again, Nar Shathan! Nar Gashana! And as she speaks, a large number, possibly hundreds of people, forced onto their knees, are beheaded.
I will not look at them. I will continue to look at the sky.
As she continues to chant, and you can hear the sounds of horrific violence around you, the sky begins to look different. It feels as though your eyes are adapting to see in the night better. And you can feel your body changing. And up on top of the mountain, can I have anybody who's looking make a spot hidden roll to see if you can... James is plucked out of the crowd now, placed by himself. Let's see... Yeah, Victor, you recognize him. And that's enough that you can tell the others if they don't recognize him themselves. Do you have a reaction when you notice him there? Do you say anything? Or...
I think Bri would be the one to say something about it.
Well, you're the one that's
Oh,
spotted
Birdie.
him.
Oh,
Yeah,
I thought-
Birdie's
oh,
not
okay.
looking.
What?
Okay.
Yeah, no,
I'll point
Birdie's
it
not
out.
looking.
I'll point it out, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, what do you...
Hey.
Hey, that's James down
Hey,
there?
guys.
Okay.
James is down there, guys. He seems okay, I think. I can't really tell.
What?
I mean, he's up and moving around.
Well, now he's lying down.
Oh, he's... Well, now he's lying down. He was walking around a second ago.
And it's hard to make out at this distance, and it's nighttime, but there are torches down there, and there's flickering light. You swear something's happening to his body. Like he's getting taller. Like something's happening to his limbs.
Is there anything I can do to try to stop this?
Not really.
Birdie's just gonna look
How-
away. She is convinced that it's not really James.
How far would I say she's in this chant? Like changing my view and just looking at her.
When you look at her,
How
you realize.
focused is she?
Make a psychology roll.
Oh,
Ooh.
She looks nervous and confused, as though what is happening to your body is not what she expected.
I will kind of look at myself. What exactly
Yeah.
do I see?
You look down and you see that your hands have extended somewhat and you've grown claws.
Catman, Catman, Catman!
James is becoming a cat boy.
sounded so happy.
And then, yes, you are possessed by Bast.
Let's go.
You can go. She is standing right next to you. And she is not in the position to, like, she is too shocked to do anything for the moment.
I will, yeah.
And let me give you control.
Catman! We got werecats, baby!
James becoming a Thundercat.
Oh, thunder! Thunder! Thunder!
Give me a
Question.
sword.
So you have control of the token now.
Was there anyone
What
with?
token do I have control of?
Bast.
I do not.
Drag her out again, then. See if that helps
And Fluffy, you had a question?
I still
Yeah.
do not.
Was I able to see if anyone had a gun?
No, not from this height yet.
Dang.
Okay, why don't you just tell me what you want to do then?
Am I still able to, am I still able to speak? What was it called again?
Swahili? Yeah.
Yeah.
Wahili.
I'll just, look and say, what's wrong?
She says, "Be quiet. Don't speak until the transformation is complete."
It's not what you were expecting, was it?
What did you do?
I made a deal. I told you. I wasn't going to become a god.
This body wasn't yours to bargain with. But she looks alarmed, and she is going to grab you and try to shove you off.
I'm going to pull out the butterfly knife I have.
Don't grab a knife.
Don't grab a knife?
You've got claws.
Never mind. Yeah, so yeah, fair enough. I'll just use my claws to bat away the hands. You're not pushing me.
Terry, you are living the furry dream right now. You got fangs, you got claws, you are the werecat man.
Bite the neck.
You have your strength is extremely high, and your claws are very powerful. And I'm just wondering if you want to immediately kill her and then turn on the crowd, or what your plan is here.
I will. Yeah, no, we'll kill her, and I'm now gonna go and take over and kind of talk to the crowd.
Can you click on that?
Nah, not really.
So you have 3 attacks per round. After slicing her up badly, do you keep going?
I'll take a step forward after doing the first claw, and I'll do the second one with the other hand.
Okay.
James has unlocked a class change. He is now the
No,
berserker.
absolutely not. This is not a thing you guys can just do from now on.
No.
Aww.
That's not how this works. You can't just summon a god at
Aw.
your will. She agreed to help you this one time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
In
but
return,
also the
I-
other the other priestess was able to change into a cat.
It wasn't the same.
Okay, you have torn her throat out. What do you do with her remains? As she's standing there, like clutching at her.
I will throw her off the edge.
Whee!
And I will look at the crowd as I will then talk and say, "This is what you wanted. Is it not?"
There's confusion in the crowd. This is not what they were expecting. Nothing tonight has been as they were expecting. Their god didn't appear, and this is definitely not a manifestation of their god. Your mother is going to step forward from them and say, "James, what have you done?"
I am not gonna look at her, as I will say what I meant to do, or was meant to do.
Up on the top of the mountain, is it still only Victor looking? Or have the rest of you, I assume, still chanting, but have you come over and watched as well?
I don't think Birdie wants to, unless somebody says, "Oh, this is a good thing."
You
Then
are not
she's
required.
not going to be looking. Yeah,
I'm
she
awesome.
is absolutely not looking.
How about Theodore?
Yeah, I forgot I muted because I had a sneeze. Hi. Yeah, Theodore would absolutely be checking this out if like he saw that a ritual was happening down there.
Okay. So we're gonna need sanity checks from the two of you for
Okay.
watching your friend turn into, you're not sure what, some type of god.
I rolled a 6, but it says I cannot make a change to Theodore again.
And you succeeded.
I don't like this.
You're straight up thinking, oh, that bastard. I'm going to kill him whenever I get him.
Theodore, you take just 1 point of sanity.
All right.
So Theodore thinks this is really cool. Victor is
Oh, yeah.
having flashbacks and thinking, what if this happened to my kid?
Yeah, that's a good point.
I only ever roll ones.
Yeah, I mean, after all that, you took 2 points of sanity damage, so could have been worse. James, your mother falls to her knees and is weeping and lost and has no idea what to do. The crowd, there are still innocents who are being dragged forward to be sacrificed. There are also, a lot of these people are straight up murderers here. And they are scared and don't understand what's happening, but you don't know which way they're going to break, whether it's going to be a frenzy and attacking you, or whether it's going to be fleeing.
I will,
I'm just gonna drop.
Are they standing? Are they kneeling? What are they doing?
Oh no, they are new.
How are they? I should say, how are they? Like what? Other than just being naked.
Yeah, they're nude, holding weapons. They had been like, some of them have been dancing frantically. They're like, this was a frenetic religious frenzy. They just full out, charismatic style. And now
You know what would cause this more chaos? If we blew it up.
Now they are stopped and just trying to figure out what happens next. And
I think
your words
what
or
I'm gonna
actions
do
are going to set the tone.
is I'm going to shout and do an intimidation roll to kneel.
That's fair. You obviously get a bonus die on this. Here's the problem. For some reason, I gave Travis control of the token, not you. So I fixed that.
Now I have control.
Now you have control.
Go,
Damn,
go,
I
go.
had control this entire time and I did nothing?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fluffy, you were a god for like 5 minutes and you did nothing with it.
Yeah, that sounds about right. My awareness wasn't there. It's the, if I had a nickel for every time that happened to me, I'd have 2 nickels. Which isn't a lot, but it is weird that it keeps happening.
How's your intimidation check coming?
How do I get to the sheet?
She doesn't have that skill. You're going to be rolling from your own sheet, but taking a bonus die on it. The only skill I gave her was fighting.
Uh,
18 damage.
This is one of the only times where I'm just sitting over here, vibrating, calling for violence.
Violence, violence, violence.
James, you are a werecat. You can tear people's throats out.
Yeah,
I
honestly,
could.
Yeah, you hit for a fucking 18 with a melee attack. That is more than a shotgun. Okay.
You are a bipedal tiger at the moment.
this is probably the only time it's going to happen in the campaign, but yeah, you have control of the god right
You
now.
said it comes with a bonus die.
Yeah, go for a bonus die.
See how well I do on a 15. Or it doesn't roll? Okay.
I saw that there was an alert that it rolled, but it didn't actually do anything.
Yeah, and I just now got the alert. So must be some sort of slowdown tonight.
Well, you might end up seeing 2 rolls pop up. I don't know.
Here, real quick, just testing.
I see a roll.
Yeah, I just threw out a D100 to see if it. Yeah,
It worked for you.
it worked for me.
James, if you don't mind, I'm just going to go ahead and roll for you.
Yeah, please do.
You might be able to click that.
Nope.
Neither can I. What? Okay. We're just gonna do this. Oh, now that it's rolling a lot more dice, and then
Then it's showing.
yeah. Okay.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 dice.
All right, so you rolled a 53. The intimidation doesn't work. It looks like they are coming to the conclusion that somebody just killed their high priest and they should hack it to death with the weapons in their hands. So the crowd begins surging forward towards you. You are on the edge of this cliff, like on the stairs into nothingness.
Then I guess I will be I'll be rushing forward then to go and start hacking away. Just saying, fine, have it your way.
So, James, I want you to make a sanity roll if it will let you. This isn't one where you're going to lose any points of sanity. If it doesn't. Okay, so it's happy with this one. Alright then. Do you want to kill your mother in the melee?
No.
So, the rest of you
If she's not coming at me, I'm not gonna kill her.
Yeah, no, she is on her knees and weeping. So the rest of you, from up on top of the cliff, you're going to see, I don't know if you switch off and take turns through the night as you're chanting or what, but those of you who look can see just a bloodbath occurring on the plains below you. It's going to take you all night until sunrise, casting this spell over and over and over again. Going to the edge of your sanity and your ability to stay awake as you feel your strength draining away. But eventually the crowd below breaks and the plain empties, leaving nothing but bodies, James's mother, and James himself. And as the dawn breaks, James, you will pass out.
All right.
And up on top of the mountain, the group of you feel quite certain that you have removed the possibility of the god appearing on this mountaintop again. The sunrise
Change before.
is a little more hopeful today.
I think Birdie's probably also going to pass out at this point.
That's fair.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Everyone on top of the mountain, remember to remove 30
Mhm.
POW from your character sheets.
Yep.
But your spell and your plan did work. And you can see that down below you, a lot of people died. And a lot of them were innocent people who you wish hadn't died. But you've ensured that this isn't going to happen again. And only you can decide how satisfied you are with that conclusion. If anybody looks in the cage, who is not what she seems, has shrunken and looks a lot more like a regular, real chameleon now.
Okay. We should do better about getting her flies.
So yeah, who wants to take turns carrying Birdie down a mountain? Because hey, Victor, we both have 25 strength, and Birdie has 95 constitution. She's a shit brick house, and we're gonna get tired of carrying her.
No, I have 95 constitution. I don't get tired. I'm just not strong.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you'll
built for the
carry
long
her
run.
down.
She does. She has 95 size as well. So
Yep.
She is a
She's
beefcake.
taller than me.
Yeah.
No, we just made her dense, is what we did.
Yeah.
We made her the same normal height, but she is a dense woman.
This might be.
If you put her in modern times, she would be that lady who deadlifts 300 pounds at the gym.
Yeah.
Even though her strength is only 30. I wonder if her size is mainly in her presence or something.
Like it's got to be like her presence, or like you just try to push her and she does, and you recoil from it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, realistically, she's a big girl. She just doesn't look as big as she actually is.
Either way, she's awesome.
For a normal lady,
love it.
she's bigger than the average.
Big lady.
Big, taller.
Big lady!
The cultists, again, either have died or fled. So as you head down the mountain, do you still intend to use that dynamite?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No use just letting it sit there.
Yeah, close
Yeah,
out
it's
the
gonna
path.
go. It's the jungle. It's gonna go bad in a week, anyways.
Not to mention, while they may have fled for now, somebody's going to get curious and try to come back. Let's try to keep them from doing that.
Okay, that seems reasonable. else do you want to do? Are you just going to prepare? You're not bringing down the mountain, but are you blowing up like the captive room where so many people died and things like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, and the passages to get up that direction.
You know, after we retrieve our lost goods.
Yeah.
Oh my god, we have to get guns again. Oh.
At this point, I would just sacrifice the weapons that we've lost. It's better.
Yeah, they took our guns off of us. We couldn't find them again, so and we're collapsing the
trying
entrance.
to search.
Yeah.
Birdie can get you new guns. It's fine.
Yeah.
When the group of you get down to that plane, let me switch to the one that doesn't have a bunch of cultists on it.
Do you have one that's blood soaked?
I can throw blood spots down if we really think it's worth the time, but it takes a bit of time. You will find James just lying on
You're a little
the ground.
muffled.
You're quiet again.
Sorry. You will find James just lying on the ground, and his mother sitting over him, looking like she's lost everything in the world. She has his head on her lap, but she doesn't know what to do. She doesn't look up as you approach either.
I am just going to casually walk over to James and scoop him up and look down at her and say, you can follow us if you don't want to be left alone.
She clutches at him as you lift him up. When you speak to her, she looks as though she barely understands what you're saying. And then she says, "What about Arthur?"
Are you sure that was even him?
Yes.
Because I have a friend that saw him in Egypt.
That's not him. His old body was taken by Omar al-Shakti.
So how do you know that this is still him and his mind hasn't been taken by something else?
I know Arthur.
You thought you knew your son.
She falls silent. She doesn't really have anything else that she can say to that. Are you planning to walk away and leave that thing in the pit up there?
Yeah.
Well, it can't really leave, so...
Okay.
Unless you
Some-
want me to unless you want me to put him out of his misery, kind of thing.
We'll let some other heroes take care of the things still inside of the mountain.
Yeah.
We've done enough for today.
Then I think it's a good thing to close on. The sun is just rising over the hilltops. It is shining behind our heroes as you limp away, carrying your fallen comrades, and have successfully prevented the incursion of a god into Kenya.
Hey.
Wahoo!
Hey guys, we're the heroes.
Yeah.
We are broken people.
Dirty pal.
30 pounds.
Uh-huh.
But
Hey, Fluffy. I'm at 35 now.
there are going to be other rewards, but why don't we do your sanity reward right now?
Okay.
Sweet.
Oh, thank God.
So you have neutralized Moeru. You neutralized Ton Kar, who was the sorcerer who was attacking you with fire monsters. You freed at least half the captives from the mountain. And you prevented Nyarlathotep from gaining a foothold in the world. So, go ahead and type these into the calculator as I say them. You get a D6,
Okay.
2D4, and a D8.
Do I do that for Connor too?
2d6,
I said-
d4,
You
and
can
a
do that
d8.
too.
You said a D6.
2D4,
D4.
a D6, 2D4, and a D8.
I'm at 69 sanity.
I am back
Nice.
at my maximum sanity. That's 79 for
17.
Theodore.
Really?
How
Theodore
the
went back
hell-
to maximum.
Yeah, he's back.
So
he's
did
back at
Birdie.
his Yeah, he's at maximum sanity of 79 now. He only lost 3 sanity this entire campaign.
Hold on, you want to hear where I'm at? You want to hear my sanity?
Sure.
69.
All right, Connor's sanity region. He's at 15.
Birdie is at 84.
Yeah. Connor's at 67 of 76.
So that's not too bad.
Yeah, Connor's doing
How
pretty
are
good for himself.
How are we still so sane?
Well,
We roll really well on our sanity.
yeah. There was a lot of loss in this chapter, but you also got like all of the sanity rewards that you could. Like you accomplished everything
Yeah.
you could this time.
Yeah.
If you'll recall, leaving Egypt, you didn't get any rewards.
Yeah, we didn't get any
Yeah.
rewards. We ran because we couldn't keep up.
But
We
I'm
couldn't
pretty sure I'm gonna have to
succeed.
go back there.
That if James survives this campaign, you are probably spending the rest of your life in Egypt.
Hey, at least you know the history and
Yeah,
like
it's
that.
my specialty.
Yeah,
I
you can do
actually
stuff
know how
there.
to read.
It is wildly appropriate.
Yeah, it's almost like your character had a destiny or something.
Sometimes the dice make that happen. It just worked out.
We are
Sometimes the story
probably
just
gonna have to
lines
clean up
so
a
well
little.
with my character that I just become the protagonist.
Now,
Oh.
your time as a protagonist is probably at an end now. But we'll see.
Yeah.
Who knows?
We'll see.
And I straight up just asked Miss Reed to join us. Like, hey,
We'll
yeah.
see. There is a good chance you put her in an asylum.
Oh yeah, most likely. She is
Oh, yeah.
she is not okay
No.
She is not at all okay.
because yeah, we left him in a hole and she knows we did.
How about you, Victor? How are you feeling after you really successfully fought a god here?
Another day in the life of me.
Ugh.
All right. Well, this feels like a pretty hopeful note to leave on. Next week, we will do your, you'll return and see Connor again and all that stuff. You can decide whether you want to bother with the safari or whether you're moving on.
Yeah,
Because it's
we
not
made it a
requirement.
lot safer. We made it a lot safer for the safari.
Well, possibly. It depends on whether the safari had anything to do with the other problems in Africa or not.
True, it could just be people.
Not to mention the guy who we hired for the safari, absolutely left us. We don't know if he even survived the escape.
But
That
now-
wasn't the guy
That is
who was.
right.
That wasn't the guy who was going to do the safari.
No.
No?
That
No,
was a different guy.
Colonel, I think it's Endicott?
Yeah,
Mhm.
it is an Englishman.
Yeah, he's the large red-faced Englishman. Nels Nelson was a different red-faced Englishman.
Oh, okay.
It's a lot of red-faced Englishmen.
Well, yeah,
Oh,
it's,
All Englishmen look the same, so.
yeah. Connor is very happy at that.
Listen, one was at least good with explosive. The other one was just had an elephant gun and just got angry and shot a hole through the roof.
As an elephant gun, he named Mrs. Carruthers. So he is a good
I don't
character.
I don't think we're going on this safari.
Oh,
I wouldn't mind it.
I wouldn't mind it
Birdie's-
either, but
Birdie is not going on the safari. She is going to take a vacation.
All right, folks. Anything to say before we go off the air?
Remember to do your duty as a good American citizen and punch a fascist today. Finger guns.
All right. That's a good note to leave on.
I was gonna just say, if you're gonna get transformed into a god, make sure
Be
it's
aware of it.
a kind of god that you want to be. I don't know.
yeah,
That's
activate
glad-
your persona
I'm glad that I
today.
became
Sword
cat and not
Bats.
not a ton creature.
I mean, unless you're into that, in which case, live your dream.
okay,
Yeah,
good
live your
night.
bliss.